Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going for a different type of video and I'm gonna be talking about the new Dying Light 2 and see how it has improved over the years. But just a quick thing, we're almost at 350 subscribers and you would make my day if you could consider subscribing, and I truly appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into the video. So for those of you who might not be familiar to Dying Light, this game is an open world survival horror game happening in an apocalyptic world ruined and crowded with the zombies. In Dying Light, players get to roam in the city doing truly smooth parkour actions, and they can scavenge, loot, and free outposts, fight zombies and non-zombie enemies. So let's kick off with the environment. The map is the first thing that you notice that has been changed in Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 takes place in city of Villador, somewhere European. Dying Light, on the other hand, happened in Turkey. The map is now more detailed thanks to the next-gen power, and we see so many stuff like cars, trees, tall buildings, more often and more detailed. Dying Light 2 has fairly the same mechanics as Dying Light 1, with variety and improved and smoothed actions, so that even small tasks like going from point A to point B is satisfying. One major difference that you notice is the building's height compared to Dying Light 1, and that's because it is now 15 years after the tragedy, and now people are trying to live and thrive on the rooftops. So they all know parkour, and now on the ground we see hordes of zombies roaming freely. Now zombies are more variants, so that unlike Dying Light 1, you won't see the clone zombies in one single horde. One thing that actually bothered me was the animation of zombies in certain and specific situations. I mean, see for yourself and you'll notice the difference. Kicking zombies into spiked barriers doesn't have the animation like before, and kicking them off of a building has the same problem. I hope they can improve upon this one. So let's talk about level design. Dying Light 1 happened in two maps, one which was called Slums and the other one Old Town. Both are dense and crowded with interconnected buildings. Aside these two, there is also the expansion Countryside, which is more of a flat type map and introduces us to driving mechanism. Dying Light 2 though happens in Villador, a fictional take in a post-apocalyptic world in which, as I mentioned, societies are now built on rooftops. So now you can even see rooftop gardens. Dying Light 1 had so many cool parkour objects to make it a parkour paradise, like ropes, planks, and you name it. Dying Light 2 has now expanded upon those, like grappling hook and gliding. The same color indicators are seen here as well, like yellow and blue indicators for climbing and descending with no damage. Overall, it's using the same parkour mechanics to make the game more dynamic and interactive. In Dying Light 2, just like Dying Light 1, as you progress, you get to visit the downtown area, which is a unique map in Dying Light games, presenting tall buildings in a gigantic map, with the same societies built on top. Overall, the map is not only about being 4x larger, it is also about being more creative, interactive, and beautiful because of the high resolution textures and nicely saturated colors used especially in the gardens, which gives the game a unique and stylish tone and vibe, just like Witcher 3. Now let's talk new things. Other major improvements here is the dialogue option, which doesn't affect the game that seriously, yet fairly. The RPG system is improved, and many small details like changing clothes does a huge impact on your playing style. And to me, the whole RPG system feels like Assassin's Creed Origins. Anyway, now we are introduced to a new system, the infection timer. Unlike Dying Light 1, where you could sneak freely in the dark, in Dying Light 2 you're encouraged to move around, because as the original you are infected too, and this infection could only be postponed when you're under UV or sunlight, or you could use temporary medicine. In the original version of Dying Light, we had three main categories of skills: survivor, agility, and power. By collecting XP and purchasing certain skills, you get to enhance your movements, such as new parkour actions, dodging, and stuff. Dying Light Light 2 though scraps some of those mechanics like the camouflage. Now you cannot cover yourself with killed zombies' blood to move among zombie groups unnoticed. On the other hand, we have this new Far Cry type hiding system, meaning you could sneak under some certain areas or hide in tall grass. Like Dying Light 1, this game forces you to use melee weapons more often, but there is long range weapons included too. So now let's take a look at overall changes. Like the night. In Dying Light 1, the whole city turned pitch black that you couldn't even see what's underneath you in the streets without a flashlight. Here though, it's not as intense. As mentioned earlier, some mechanics are scrapped. In addition to that, throwing weapons and picking them up is also scrapped. So that was the changes from my perspective. To me, it's a fresh survival horror game, which is a must play for survival horror fans. What do you think about this game? Is it better than the original? Anyway, if you have come so far and enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, because I upload content about survival horror games, especially Resident Evil, and I put a lot of effort into creating these videos. Right now we're near 350 subscribers, and you would easily make my day if you could consider subscribing. And be sure to check the other videos out. And as always, thanks for watching.